So, are we live yet? I think we might be. I also think we have a bit of a not very straight image, but I'm trying to fix that. Now it's alright. Great, we're live. Thank you all for joining. It was a very short notice today. I didn't really expect to be able to do a stream today, but I found myself with a little bit time to spare, so I decided to do a little walk around my local neighborhood because I don't have time to go anywhere else. But also it's been quite a long time since my last walk here in the Tamagawa area, so maybe some of you have missed it. Hope you have. I don't expect this to be a terribly long stream, but we'll see. Maybe an hour or so. And the plan is to just go on a little walk after lunch, maybe grab a coffee somewhere, you know, the usual stuff. It's a bit of a hazy day today. We can see some blue skies, but it's mostly kind of covered with some light clouds. But the temperature is comfortable, at least. We are currently at, let's see, 18 degrees here. 18 degrees, so no jacket right now. But still, it's not pink shorts weather. That's still another month or two away, I think. Just a moment, folks. I have a little bit of a headache here with a thing. No, can't do anything about that. Okay, never mind. Let's keep on walking. Oh, konnichiwa. That's funny. That guy works at a restaurant I often go to. It's nice to be back on these streets again. After all, this is quite a nice neighborhood that I am pretty fond of. I don't think there will be a beer break today. I think coffee. I don't know. I'm picking up my daughter later at the nursery, and it kind of feels wrong to have beer on a weekday before going there. Any Sakura viewing spots near me? Let's see if we can find some Sakura. There might still be some left. Yeah, off the top of my head around here, I'm not really sure. There are some Sakura over at Rice, over at the Tamagawa Park and that side, but I wasn't really planning on walking there today. But I'm sure we will see some today. Definitely a coffee break. Yeah, I think a konbini coffee. I think I even know which konbini I want to get it at. So I need a coffee after lunch. I had some Korean for lunch today. It was delicious. I think this might be cherry blossoms, maybe. Very pink. Oh, and here we have definitely some Sakura still going strong. Nice day for coffee. Yeah, definitely. Ah, here's another nice little cherry blossom tree. And look at the amount of petals on the ground. Must be quite nice to have, like, if you're living here, you can just sit on the balcony and have a little hanami party. Very convenient. So let's see what everything is, what everybody is saying in the chat. Mostly everybody just greeting everyone. Okay, I see. Country Roads, thank you for the coffee fund. Thank you for the coffee money. That's very nice of you. And I think I already got my coffee covered there. I'm just getting a combini coffee. That'll be it. This flag proudly pronounced that you can have horse sashimi, and you can even order it with Uber Eats. Interesting. Horse sashimi is quite popular here. Let's see, can I cross here? I think I can. Yes. Let's go in here. Actually, I wasn't really planning on doing so, but there might be some good cherry blossoms around here too. Like this one. Yeah. Cherry blossom still isn't over. Lucky us here in Tokyo. And we were talking, me and my wife was talking about maybe going to Kawaguchiko again, which is one of these lakes close to Mount Fuji, and that place is quite high up, so cherry blossom season starts later there. And actually we checked some photos from like the current status, and the entire place is just covered in snow, so that was kind of interesting. Thank you, Brad Ward. Thank you so much for the super chat. For anything but horse sashimi. Oh yeah, you're not a fan of horse sashimi? Neither am I, actually. I don't think it's very tasty. This is not a very sad playground. Especially not now, when it's surrounded with some cherry blossoms. Did you have lunch? Yes, I did. I did just before I started this stream. Let's walk down this way. So for those of you who are not familiar with this neighborhood, it's kind of an upper middle class neighborhood, 15 minutes by train from Shibuya. Quite nice, just on the border to Kanagawa prefecture, but on the Tokyo side. Quite a popular place to live. I like it here. Courtney, you like horse sashimi? Oh yeah? Yeah, some people are very fond of it. But, I don't know. Raw meat isn't really my thing. Happy to eat raw fish any day of the week, but raw meat, not so much. I had Korean for lunch. A nice bibimbap that came in a smoking hot stone bowl. Very tasty and quite cheap, 1,000 yen. Oh, Montessori International School. Didn't know they had one of these here. Yeah, it's quite overcast today, unfortunately, but still, it's okay. It's comfortable, at least. Continue down this way a little bit further, and then we should reach this nice little river where there's a convenience store where I had beer countless times, but yeah, no beer today. Love these apartments. Yeah, it's pretty standard Japanese style apartments around here. Now we're a little bit off, like where I started the walk was next to the station, but now I've been walking for 15 minutes away from the station. So I think around here rents shouldn't be too high. If you want to live closer to the station, it's quite expensive, but yeah. Everybody asks if I had lunch yet, even though I already mentioned 3 times that yes, I did have lunch just before this stream started. Maybe I should add that to the FAQ. Did you have lunch yet? 30 degrees at night. Yeah. In where you are, Jenny? That's pretty hot. That's Japan in like 2 months from now. Or maybe 3 months from now. plan this afternoon? Not really. After this stream I will probably pick up my daughter from the nursery and then I'll probably just go out and play with her until she gets sleepy. That's my everyday afternoon plan basically. I worked this morning and managed to finish work a little bit quicker than anticipated, so yeah. That's how I managed to find time to do this stream. Maybe you can have a coffee break. Yes, coffee break is coming. Oh, thank you, Jenny, for the coffee break funds. Thank you. Thank you. Stream in a stream, that's right. That's right. Oh, looks like they're building some new houses here. If you're tempted. Probably quite pricey to buy a detached house here though. Coyote M, beer break fund for later. Thank you very much. Konnichiwa, Len Chang. And thank you oh, it's already 200 people watching this very lazy, slow, unplanned stream in my neighborhood. Hope you're enjoying it. Hope you're enjoying a little slice of Tokyo today. It's me, sake tasting funds. Thank you. Unfortunately, no sake tasting today, but maybe sometime soon. That would be nice. It's been a long time since. No, not really. I did have some sake with my mom when I was in Sweden, so not too long ago. But I think it's time again soon. See if this place is open. Oh, maybe not. Maybe not open today. It's me, again. Thank you for another super chat. Glad you're finally streaming while I'm awake. Yay, glad that you're awake when I'm finally streaming. So I could take these stairs up this little hill here where there's lots of fancy houses and some nice views too, but I don't think there's any combini around there. So I will not walk up here. There's a shrine obviously, but I think you can proceed through there and there's a residential neighborhood. But instead let's walk in here. Yeah, the frame rate, right? I noticed that too. It's been a problem with all my recent streams. I'm not sure why it's kind of slow. I think it's on. I switch the camera. Now it's smoother again, right? But then it's just a matter of time before it gets choppy again. Kind of annoying. Let me check something else while I'm at it. Maximum, there we go. They eat the seeds of the bamboos. Not here. I don't think these are picked, but in some places, yes. Bamboo sprouts. No, what's it called? Bamboo shoots. I've been here before on my streams, right? It's this old kind of like open air little museum with this old traditional Japanese house. You can see how the people were living back in the day. Konnichiwa. Let's see if we can walk inside. I think we can. I know we can. Some old straw sandals. Ah, konnichiwa. Inyoi desu ne. It smells very nice. They're like having this little fire, which they usually have in all old houses like this, because with this straw roof, from what I've heard, you kind of need to more or less have a fire constantly burning to prevent it from getting too infested with various bugs and animals. I think the frame rate is better right now, right? I changed the setting. Should have improved things. What camera am I using? It's written in the video description, but I'm using a Samsung S21 Ultra. And now we're back out in the reality again. Let's continue our hunt for coffee this way. Yeah, it's nice that they have this little open air museum. I will take Minnie there sometime. She still haven't been. I'm sure she would enjoy it, but maybe she's still a little bit too small. This is actually quite a nice house with a surprisingly big garden for being Tokyo. Nice cherry blossom tree too. Good to see so many familiar viewers joining me today, even though it was a very spontaneous and last minute stream. There's a report saying that Japan lifting the gaijin ban on Friday. Gaijin ban. Is that what they call it now? Yeah, I read those news too, that a bunch of countries are removed from this list of places where entry is restricted. But unfortunately, it's a bit misleading. A lot of people was very happy when they heard those news, but it still says nothing about tourist visas. They are still not being issued, so don't get too excited, unfortunately, because Japan is still not open to tourists. But at least it's a good sign. It's probably a small step in the right direction. Actually, here is a very nice little street with cherry blossom trees. Beautiful. Don't think I've walked here in Sakura season before. Which means Clayton stays away. Yeah, that's right. Clayton is still banned to enter Japan. And so is most of you, my dear viewers. Don't make it sound like it's only Clayton. Don't think we've ever had an answer to this one. Do you have a favorite Japanese film? It's very difficult. Don't really watch much movies these days. Basically, since I came to Japan, I haven't watched much movies. I've just enjoyed life, real life instead. I think if you would have asked me like 20 years ago, I would say either Akira or Wings of Honamis, which are two anime, which I used to like a lot when I was a teenager. But yeah, that was a long time ago. I don't watch any anime these days. And as for regular movies, I don't know. Really, I haven't watched any Japanese movies in the last 10 years probably. So yeah, I'm really not a film buff. Sorry. Boring I am, right? 未だで入国制限してる理由がわからない。そうですね。ちょっとわからないですね。So here's the konbini that I was talking about. I think I will get an ice latte here. It's quite warm today. You watch many Swedish movies when you grew up here in Sweden? I guess so. Yeah, when I was younger I watched more movies. Before I moved abroad I watched movies quite often, but yeah, especially now since I have a child, there's just no time to sit down for 90 minutes or 2 hours and just passively watch a movie. That's like a very, very distant dream for me right now. That won't happen anytime soon. But yeah, when I was younger, when I was living in Sweden, when my life was boring, I did watch movies quite often. But I think I still prefer to play video games rather than watching movies though. So let's see if we can get a nice coffee. a bit confusing. In some convenience stores they have like the iced drinks in a freezer. In others you have to just ask for it, but I think it's here. Yay! Ice cafe latte. Maybe I should get some sort of snack as well. Let's get... I'm not a snack person, but I kind of crave something sweet. Let's get some 大人の甘さ Sweetness for adults flavored Kit Kat. そのままで、カフェラテお願いします。追加でお願いします。はい、ありがとうございます。This is not easy to do with one hand. Remove it completely. There we go. Okay. So, ice cafe latte. Adult flavor, what's that? That basically usually means that it's dark chocolate. It sounds weird, right? Otona no amasa. But yeah, I think it's dark. Do I dare do this without the lid? Yeah, let's try. And maybe just go down here to drink it. Konbini coffee at its finest. In Germany you say Herrenschokolade. I see. So like manly chocolate. That's a bit sexist, isn't it? I think I will just have my coffee here. Enjoying the view of the river and reading your messages. What else are you saying? The taste of mortgage. Yeah, I guess that's the adult flavor. So Herren means old man in German. I see. Old man's chocolate, which isn't too far away from the Japanese version, right? Adult chocolate, kind of similar implication. I'm just thinking if there's anywhere I can sit in Japan. Places to sit are kind of rare. At least if you want to sit comfortably. But maybe we can cross here and I can sit down there. Let's try that, because I want to eat some of my old man's chocolate with this coffee. Wait, what? Why is this not turning green? I did press, didn't I? Watch the kudasai. How much kudasai? Okay, matemasu. Ah, finally green. Thank you. Thank you. Ah, Lindt. They have stores here in Japan too. It's quite popular. Like when people want to buy fancy chocolate. It's 100% chocolate I've never heard of though. I want to give it a try if I ever can. Sounds interesting. Anyway, let's see if we can sit down here somewhere. And then I will just have my coffee and then slowly start walking back to the station area again. So yeah, not the most exciting stream today, but I only had a little bit of time to spare, so hope you enjoyed it in its simplicity. Finally, time to enjoy the bitter chocolate KitKat snack. Don't try, it's so bitter. Yeah, it doesn't sound, I don't know, I've tried like 90 something % chocolate and it's not my favorite. You really need it to have it with something sweet or something that makes it a little bit less bitter. Okay, coffee break. What angle should we have? Maybe this. Let's see. KitKat. This is what they look like. Let's see if the camera wants to focus. Not bad. Not bad. Let's see, I'm checking the chat now. So, if there's something you want to say. Hello, Tokyo Paul. Let's meet up soon. Maybe with Lemmy and the others as well. Brandon asks, which neighborhood are we now? We're in Tamagawa. The kind of outskirts of Tamagawa. About 20 minutes away from the station, so around here is mostly residential buildings. Yeah, second time you see me eat a snack. You know I'm not really a snack person, but I felt a bit of a food coma after my lunch, so I think this coffee and a bit of sugar will help me get more Genki. But not so Genki that my Genki voice appears. That would be horrible. Almost done with the coffee. There's not that much in it. It's so much ice in these cups. Mr. Miyazaki, welcome. Hope you're feeling better today. Last time you were not in a great shape. Hope it's better now. Lots of helicopters. Helicopters. So you're good. Beer? Nah, no beer today. Just coffee. Just coffee. Just my coffee break. What happened with my voice? Is there a change in my voice? I don't know. I don't know. I've been feeling a little bit like I've been having a cold or something for the last couple of days, so maybe that's why. But other than that, I don't know. Has my voice changed? Okay, done with my little break, so let's continue. First I need to go back and trash this cup. And then I will start. I think I will head down to Tama River and walk along the river on my way back. Have you had a chance to stop by Fuglen that's near Sakura? Yes, I've been there many times. I've even been there on several streams. So yeah, I've been there. It's nice. There's not that much else around there, so me and my wife was very pleasantly pleased when they suddenly opened the Fuglen roastery over there, because it's, yeah, there's not that many other nice coffee shops in that area. Guess I have to press this one again. Gomibako. Iいですか? すいません。ありがとうございます。Okay, it was here. There we go. Okay, now my hands are free again. So let's walk a little bit further. Here, I think we can. Okay. Free refill. Unfortunately not. Unfortunately no free refill on the convenience coffee. Frame rate was getting choppy again, so I switched cameras. Let's see if it's better now. I don't know why it's getting choppy. Too bad. Maybe it's time to check, go back to Streamlabs and see if that is better again. I haven't used Streamlabs in a long time, but I remember these frame rate issues being very typical for Prism, which is the software I use for my streams. When you're back to Sweden next June, will it be only you first or the whole family at once? No, first it will be only me. Then my family will come join me. But just for a... Oh wow, there's a bakery here and they have like a Illy sign. They have like... Can I get a decent coffee here? That's a bit of a surprise. I was not aware about this place. Okay, they're selling like Baumkuchen. So yeah, I will move to Sweden in June. My family will come visit in July. But then they probably won't move there until this autumn or maybe winter. Because my wife needs to get a residence permit and that's quite a slow process to get that. Interesting, this bush here looks very well cut. It almost looks like completely two-dimensional. This is very strange. Tree or bush, a nice little this thingy too. I don't know what to call it. Anyway, let's continue down towards the river. So much Sakura on the ground and in the sky. It's falling down like snow right now. I don't know if you can see it. Pinwheel, that's what you call it. It's very cute. So let me check the map actually, because now I'm a little bit I'm walking on an unfamiliar street. Okay, right, let's turn left. Here at the next intersection. So yeah, the thing about getting a residence permit in Sweden is actually that being married doesn't really change things that much. You have kind of similar rights and opportunities to get a permit even if you're just like a couple living together. As if you are married. Which is good for all the couples who don't marry. But it's kind of a little bit annoying for us who are married, but we can't get it processed faster. What exactly is the name of this Tamagawa outskirt? Yeah, good question. I don't know what this exact neighborhood is called. Let's see. Okura 6丁目. So we're pretty far, like, if you look at a map. Wait, let me bring it up here on my second phone. So Tamagawa station is here, and we are like up here to the west. So now I'm heading down back to Tama River, and then I will walk back to Tamagawa from there. That's the plan. It's a very nice neighborhood, but quite far from the station. So maybe inconvenient if you're dependent on public transportation. But probably most people living around here have a car. So then that's probably not. Then that's not a big deal at all. Oh, there's actually a book off over there. Uh-oh, weak signal around here. Hopefully it shall improve soon. Do Japanese stare at me a lot? No, I don't think they do. Sometimes when I go to the countryside, where there are not so many non-Japanese people, then maybe people look at me, but in Tokyo, nah, no one cares. People mind their own business. There's plenty of non-Japanese people living here, so not like we stand out that much. Over there you can see the high-rise buildings. That's the Rakuten office and one of the Tamagawa rice buildings. So that's where I'm heading. But I will try to walk down to the Tama River first. Which I believe should be kind of this way. Oh no, maybe here it's a dead end. Probably have to walk this. You will. I'm not lost. Now I know where I am. But a little bit beyond my usual stomping ground, so I'm not entirely familiar with every nook and cranny around here. So it looks like I should be able to walk down this way and eventually reach Tama River. Great to know that I have 270 people walking with me, so I don't need to feel alone. The video is a bit choppy. Yeah, I'm having some frame rate issues. Something with the software I'm using. So sorry about that. Look into solving it for future streams, but for the time being, yeah, can't do much. Has the Sweden-Japan flight route been back to normal again? No, absolutely not, and I don't expect it to be for a very long time. So from now on, traveling between Sweden and Japan is like a 20-hour trauma rather than a 10-12 hour one. So that really sucks, but yeah. At least it's still possible to travel, so I guess we have to look at it at the bright side. What do you think about IKEA in Japan compared to your own country? It's the same. No major difference. Same crap. Can we walk through here? Maybe. I think we can. You don't go to IKEA. I do actually. I would say like maybe half of our furniture comes from IKEA. It's just such a big gap. Like either it's like IKEA or it's like 3, 4, 5 times more expensive. Three hours extra where you're flying from. Yeah. Like technically that's about the extra time from like between Japan and Europe, but it seems also like before they used to be very well-tuned connection flights. So for example, when I was flying with Finnair, it was like 9 hours to Helsinki and then like an hour at the airport and then another 30 minutes to Stockholm. But now it's like always like 3-4 hours layover. So seems like all the scheduling has been quite messed up. I'm not sure, I haven't checked every airline, but yeah. I think a best case scenario would maybe be 15 hours between Sweden and Japan now instead of 12. So yeah, about the 3 hour extra, but with the longer layovers it takes even longer. Layovers, yeah, layovers suck, especially when you're like when it's already a long and exhausting flight. Like after 15 hours in the air, having to wait 4 or 5 hours at an airport is torture. I think we're soon. I think Tama River is just down here. We have to pass this, like it's a big athletics field here. And then we should be at the river. Yeah, every airline that flies between Europe and Japan has to reroute, because the Russian route is so much quicker and shorter, so that's what everybody was using. But now, since that one is off limit, yeah, it means much longer flight times. Feels like walking through a labyrinth. How do you know where to go? A combination of Google Maps and, dare I say, a good sense of direction. Maybe not, considering how often I get lost, but yeah, now I'm kind of at a familiar place again. So from here I should be able to easily navigate home without even looking at a map. Basically back to Cold War routing. Yep, that's exactly what it is. That's exactly what it is. Oh, there's a burger place here. That's new, I think. I think this Chinese restaurant, oh no, it's not Chinese restaurant, Kitchen Tomato, that has been there for a while, but this burger place upstairs is new. Should check that out sometime. Hope the flight serves the second meal this time. Oh yeah, I really hope so. And I will also make sure to always pack some snacks when I'm flying, knowing that you can't rely on the airline providing much. We lost? No, we're not lost. We're not lost. I think most of those of you who are familiar viewers will soon recognize where I am. But not now, not yet. But in 2 minutes, maybe 3. Airline foods. I don't know. I don't really mind airline food. I just mind the tiny portions. But the food itself, I don't know. I kind of like it. It differs though from airline to airline. But Finnair serves pretty decent food, I think. This is kind of an interesting long alleyway, but I'm not going to walk down there. Instead I will head up here. Head up these stairs. Okay, so we reached Tama River. Tamagawa is over there, that's where I'm heading. Over there, this way, is actually Shukugawara and Fuglen that we were talking about before. Is close to that kind of high-rise building you see far in the distance there. But yeah, I'll head back to the station and that's where this stream will end. Mighty Tama River. That's right. Was Paul here? Yeah, I think you said you were here, right, Paul? Next time we should walk here together. The subtitles just translated Tako Tamagawa to Taco Taco Taco. I see. That's an interesting, very liberal translation. You'll miss living here. Will you return to Japan as a tourist? Absolutely. Absolutely. I mean, Japan is still where my daughter is born and a crucial part of her identity. So we will definitely, and of course it's also my wife's home country, so we will definitely come here frequently in the future. But that makes these extra long flight times even more annoying because it just makes the trip so horrible. But yeah, bare minimum once a year, but I'm hoping at least twice a year. As a Swede living in Japan, do you cook at home or outside more often? I would say maybe on average I cook at home once, maybe twice a week, and my wife maybe twice that. So we eat a pretty large portion of our meals outside, but we do cook at home from time to time. Taco, taco, taco. Helicopter. Quite windy, isn't it? Yeah, it's windy. I hope that my wind muffs manage to block out most of the wind noise, but yeah, it's windy. It's windy. Absolutely. Try the stress of traveling all the way to Minami Kyushu. I don't know. Like traveling within Japan is not very stressful at all, to me at least. It's always such a comfortable experience. So even if it's just on like local trains, I don't really mind. But 15 hours in an economy class cabin, that's a different story. Most of the noise is blocked off. Noise levels are good. That's great to hear because yeah, especially right now it's windy. Oh, it's windy. I wonder, there used to be a nice little coffee shop here actually, where I've been a couple of times, but maybe it's just closed today, or maybe they closed entirely. Haven't been in a very long time, so I don't know. Some more cherry blossom trees here. hope your new job in Stockholm will allow you to fly business class. Ha! I wish, but I don't think so. Not many Swedish jobs do, I'm afraid. Business class it's just such a massive gap between business class and regular. Price-wise, like 3-4 times more expensive. So yeah, that's not something that Swedish standards would be happy to support. Maybe premium economy if you're super good at convincing them. This helicopter is like really circling above here. Ah, right, Mr. Miyazaki, I see. You meant from LA to Haneda and Miyazaki. Yeah, that sounds pretty harsh, indeed. This turned out a much longer walk than I initially expected, actually. But it's been a good one. Haven't walked around here since I came back, so it's good to see my old local area again. We can't see Mount Fuji today. It's way too cloudy or hazy. Do you have a decent sized place? I think so. I'm quite happy with the size we're living in now. We have 70 something square meters, which is quite big by Japanese standards. Prices varies a lot depending on if you're living in an old place or a new, but if you want like 70 square meters in that building over there, or in any of these buildings here, which are relatively new, like about 10 years old, you would be looking at about $1 million to buy. If you want to rent, maybe about $3,000 per month or more. But if you're living in a more down-to-earth place, like a slightly older building around here, maybe those rental prices are quite a bit lower, and also of course purchase. If I find it difficult to distinguish Japanese people from each other, no, I don't think so. I don't think so. But as I've mentioned many times before, like it's a big difference in price if you're like 5 minutes away from the train station or 15-20 minutes away from the train station. That makes a huge difference. And also if it's an older building, meaning like 30 years old or more, then it gets significantly cheaper as well. So the kind of interesting thing about house prices in Japan is that there's a pretty wide range, whereas in Sweden, where I'm from, it's not really that much of a difference. There's like, yeah, prices are much more squished together. Location. That's right, Yari. That's right. That is true everywhere, but I think more so here than in Scandinavia. Yeah, Osaka in general is also way cheaper than Tokyo, just because it's a smaller city, but then yeah, 15 years old makes a big difference as well. So prices can vary a lot. Yeah, in Sweden it's the same. Building age doesn't really impact the price that much. In some cases, older buildings are more expensive if it's like 100 years old, because then those apartments tend to be very nice. But in Japan, no one would want to buy in a 100-year-old house. That would be really, like, yeah, not attractive at all by Japanese standards. Anyway, I think actually I will wave goodbye to you here. Thank you so much for joining. And yeah, it was a very spontaneous walk. I've been a little bit tired and sleepy and not maybe my most interesting version of myself, but I hope you enjoyed this walk nevertheless. And I will see you all soon again in another stream, probably this weekend. I expect to do a stream on Sunday around noon Japan time. Not sure if there will be any other stream before that. We'll see. But yeah, that'll be it for today. Thank you so much for joining me, and I shall see you again soon. Bye bye. Hej då. Mata ne. Auf Wiedersehen.